Hi, thanks for joining me. So I want to do a follow-up video to a video I made about a year ago talking about the PlayStation Vita. I'll put a link up here so you guys can check that out if you want. But it was, mostly ended up with me criticizing, especially the retail releases that were available in the U.S. compared to Japan. The range of genres available, the number of titles available, was much greater in Japan than it was here. Now, if you guys follow my channel, you'll know that I have faith in the Vita, and it's not blind faith. It's really because I saw what happened with portable gaming last gen and what's happening with it this gen, and how much support Japanese developers put into portable gaming. I do feel like for some reason the perception in the U.S. has been that the 3DS is doing well now, and that the PlayStation Vita has no games. And I ended my last video where I was critical of the Vita for not having enough games, not having enough retail releases. And I think that looking at this a year later, I'm curious, has this turned around? I really wanted to see more games like Virtue's Last Reward. That was my favorite Vita game. Actually, it's still, it's amazing. It's a fantastic game. But I wanted more of those sort of Japanese developed, interesting, what feel like to me kind of out-of-the-box games, like not the kind of AAA Western developed experiences that we have, but more like visual novels, RPGs, strategy games, that sort of thing. And I think that we've seen a lot of that this year. In fact, I feel like there are so many games available for the Vita now that I'm completely overwhelmed. I have this huge backlog. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that I have for the system that I was able to pick up this year. First off is Demon Gaze. This is one I haven't even put into the system. I just picked it up on principle. It looks really cool, like I believe a first-person dungeon crawler. Seems like kind of wizardry styled, maybe. This was localized by Nipponichi. Really cool. This is definitely the kind of game that I wanted to see on the Vita, and here it is in my hands. Next up we have Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa. This is a game that I don't know a whole lot about, other than it was compared a bit to Virtue's Last Reward. This is a Spike Chunsoft game, and it's, if nothing else, at least in tone, I think it's supposed to be a little bit similar. Sort of one of those, like, you're like Saw or something. It's like this group of people are trapped in this death game or something, and they have to try to make their way out, type of a thing. Uncover the killer at the speed of thought, bring each death to life. It just seems really exciting, and I haven't played this one either at all, so you'll find it's a recurring theme with some of this, and it's not for lack of interest. I'm very interested in playing these games. It's just that I'm trying to find how to kind of keep gaming in my lifestyle a bit, and I found that the Vita has been very helpful for that, actually. I've started to kind of center my game playing around the system and being able to play portably. I'm playing the Vita at work now on my lunch breaks, or if I get a little break, I can get away for 15 minutes, I'll play my Vita, and that's really working out well for me. I'll point out some of the games that I've been able to put some time into. Persona 4 Golden. I did a little video about this where I was questioning if I should keep going with it or not. I made it about 10 hours into this, and then I put it aside. I haven't picked it back up again. A lot of people are saying great stuff about this, though. I think people were sort of calling this the must-have game for the Vita for the long time, but I think you'll see from the range of games that are available now that I think there's a lot more to choose from, a lot of really good stuff here. Another one that I'm excited about, I've only played a bit of this, Sorcery Saga, The Curse of the Great Curry God, or I guess it's Curse of the Great Curry God. What I really like about this is that this is part of the Mado Monogatari series. which is essentially, sorcery story. So you can see how sorcery saga, it's in that series. And this is a roguelike, though. The Mado Monogatari games tend to be like first-person dungeon crawlers, or maybe third-person kind of RPGs, depending on the entry. I played a handful of hours of this one. I think I just got to the second dungeon, and I hadn't really played a roguelike before. People were saying this might be a good place to start, but I did put it down. I actually ended up playing another roguelike, which I just talked about, Time Stalkers, on the Sega Dreamcast, which was a lot of fun. If you guys check out my review of that. I have also Valhalla Knights 3. This is one, again, that I just popped in and checked out basically the intro, and just, I didn't even get to any real gameplay on it, just kind of was going through some of the story. But I really like the tone and the style of the Valhalla Knights games. I've got one on the Wii, and I'm thinking of getting digitally a couple more on the Vita. It's just, they seem really cool, and I really want to put some time into this one, but I haven't had a chance to yet. So I guess the main retail release that I've definitely played the heck out of this year, and I can say, out of the ones I've shown so far, this is the one that I've beaten, and I didn't quite get to platinum it, but I definitely got all the endings, the sort of general endings to it. This is Hyperdimension Neptunia PP, Producing Perfection. I'm a big fan of the Hyperdimension Neptunia series. I love the characters, I love the story, the humor, just the quirkiness. They're really, really fun, and this just gives you an excuse to spend more time with the characters. It's all character moments and just fun goofiness, and I really enjoyed it. So just definitely had a lot of fun with that game. So when I held up my collection before, I think I had 7 games, and this adds 6 more to that this year. Which I think is really good. Now, that's not the only games that I got. In fact, I got quite a few games this year. In addition to that, I picked up a handful of Japanese releases. These ones here. I guess for starters, we have Utagumi 575. This is a rhythm game. It's very unique. You're Japanese, you need to be able to read it fairly quickly, because you have to choose like the right phrase for them to sing, and it's based on the Vocaloid technology, but it's not really like Hatsune Miku Project Diva F. It's a little different from that. It's interesting. I did play a handful of hours of this. Maybe not quite as much as I was expecting, but with all the games to choose from here, you can hardly blame me for getting distracted. I also played Superheroine Chronicle. You guys might remember, if you follow my channel, I was really looking forward to this game. And, I stopped about halfway through. I think I found that I wasn't enjoying it as much as the Queensblade games, with which it shares a battle system. It's also the same one as is used in Super Robot Wars, and it's very good, but something about this just felt maybe like lacking to me, or somehow I was just I think I was just getting down on gaming in general when I was playing this, so it might not have had anything to do with the game, but I did stop partway through. I need to pick that one back up again. The game that I'm currently playing, having a lot of fun with, and I will be doing a video about this shortly. This is Cho Megami Shinko Noir Gekishin Blackheart. Another game in the Neptunia series, kind of a side story, a strategy RPG by Sting. Featuring Noir as the main character, and a whole cast of characters from like all kinds of different personifications of other video game companies and franchises. So enjoying this one immensely. Really, really fun to play on my Vita. And finally, Criminal Girls Invitation. This is one that I have a review up for. If you guys want to check that out, I really enjoyed it. I got one of the endings. I believe it was this girl here. I think it's Kisaragi. I really liked it. It was really sweet. Like the stories, I guess, sort of the girls. I mean, it's kind of a romantic adventure game, sort of at its core. but it plays out like an RPG. Kind of a unique turn-based RPG. It has a unique system to it. Check out my video if you want to find out more information. But I really liked this one, and amazingly enough, they're going to be bringing that out here in North America, and that's what I'm going to be talking about next. Is actually, I guess, just all the games that I would have gotten this year, except that I'm backlogged already on this system. I want to get through some of these games before I play some of this other stuff. But things that are out right now that I would like to play if I had time, I would own these. Akiba's Trip, another one I can't believe they brought out here. An RPG style battle system with just a completely ridiculous premise where you're searching for these vampires in Akihabara, which is a area in Tokyo, kind of a lot of otaku culture and a lot of sort of video game culture and anime and all that stuff. And you're basically stripping these people and like exposing them to sunlight to try to like see if they're vampires or to kill the vampires or something. It's completely ridiculous, but it's I think it's done kind of in good fun, and I don't believe that they decided to localize this. And that's I think one of the unique things about this now is that we're getting all these different genres. And people are taking chances. They're taking chances localizing stuff that that's a little offbeat. And I think that's really exciting. You have Danganronpa 2, the sequel to Trigger Happy Havoc. That's out right now. I could get that if I had played the first one yet. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD. I'd actually really like to get that. I just I don't feel like playing that right now, so I think until I get through some of these games, I'm waiting on these. Conception 2, another sort of first-person RPG, I believe. Mind Zero, Deception 4, Blood Ties, X-Blaze Code Embryo, kind of a visual novel style game based in the BlazBlue games. And there are more games coming up. This is just a short list that I, kind of came up with. It's not thoroughly researched, but Natural Doctrine, very much looking forward to checking that out. Hatsune Miku Project Diva F Second. These are all games that are coming out in the US. Tales of Hearts R, Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters. That seems like a really interesting looking game. I guess it sounds like a visual novel, but with some sort of strategic elements in terms of capturing the ghosts. It sounds really cool. And Criminal Girls, they're calling it invite only, I guess. Well, it's not called Invitation, I don't know. But I still cannot get over the fact that they're bringing that game over. Anyway, that's just the stuff that I picked up this year. And not only that, but it's not like retail releases are the only things you're gonna be playing on the Vita. I guess this is really hard to see, but I have Monster Monpiece. That's another game. I have a review up here about it. Download, digital download only, but really fun. It's kind of a full, game size. I guess I beat that game. I really enjoyed it. You also, of course, can play like PlayStation 1 games. I've got Resident Evil 3, which is a really cool experience to be able to play on a handheld. I never really expected to have that experience. I've also got Threads of Fate here. Very cool RPG, sort of action RPG on the PlayStation 1. I think there's Black Rock Shooter. That's another download only that I picked up this year. And you can get stuff through PlayStation Plus. There's no lack of games. I got, I think, just for free on PlayStation Plus, Dead or Alive 5 Plus, Sonic Transformed. We've got Worms Revolution. So, it's just having a lot of fun with the system, and I'm finding that I'm overwhelmed with the amount of games. If anyone is trying to feed you a line that the Vita doesn't have any games, that is not true anymore. Even I myself last year, this time, was sort of saying, they need to step up the game with games. They did it. Absolutely did it. There are just tons and tons of games out right now that are really cool for the system. If you like Japanese games, Japanese developed games, especially if if you're into RPGs and that kind of stuff, you are in heaven on this system right now. It's the main system that I'm playing currently, and I think that that's going to be the case in the future here too. When there's like a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 release or a PlayStation Vita release, I'm tending towards the Vita release right now, and I'm also kind of excited. Destiny's coming out in just a couple days, and I'm going to be able to stream that game to my Vita. I might be able to, on my lunch break, play a little Destiny instead of one of the native Vita games. Just play that right over the internet, streamed from my PS4. So, the possibilities are many, and I just think I think it's been a 180-degree turnaround. Tons and tons of quality games for the Vita, and just no end in sight. This is just the beginning. So really excited about playing the system more, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching my video. Hope you'll catch me again next time.